What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. I'm your host, Stephanie. If you are new tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I had to take a little decompress. As you guys know, I believe in taking breaks, especially with the election that happened. Then your girl got a promotion. Like, life has just truly been happening despite COVID. And let's not forget COVID. Like, I'm so sick of her. I feel like she's a fly that just will not get the hell out your way. So yeah, I had to decompress. I'm learning to take moments in this journey, because if we don't, we will truly become drained and we won't be as passionate about the things that we truly love. And you guys know I love this channel a lot. And I do work full time and I'm home with my babies while they're in school. It's a lot. Sending blessings to you all. But nonetheless, welcome back. So today, guys, we're going to be discussing a crazy ass story. Hope you don't mind the cussing, but a crazy ass story, a gruesome ass story. I just feel like this story is just mind boggling. One of my friends pointed this story out to me, and as I began to look into this, I was like, this is crazy. It's not a long story, but I felt like it was a great story to share on my platform. So this story focuses on 26-year-old Fidel Lopez and 31-year-old Maria Nemeth. Now, these two are from Florida and they are lovers. Now, Maria is known to be a very pleasant girl. She's very soft-spoken. A lot of people also stated that she was very private too. And Maria also has an ex-husband, and that's going to come into play in this story. And that's the reason why I'm kind of like putting that up there. She was married, but she got a divorce back in 2007. Now, Maria and Fidel live together, and Maria is originally from Peru, and Fidel, he's actually originally from Cuba. And I thought that was truly fascinating, as these two moved to Florida to kind of like better their lives, and they ended up meeting. And so you think, right? So they're in this relationship, and on September 20th of 2015, their life takes an abrupt turn. And sad to say, Maria loses her life. Now, on this day, Fidel tells investigators a story of wild, passionate sex, having sex in a closet, and Maria wasn't feeling good after having sex. And so she goes to the bathroom to throw up, and she just stopped breathing. This is the initial story he tells law enforcement. But as detectives begin to investigate, because guys, this crime scene was gruesome as hell. Like, there was blood spatter literally on the walls, the bathroom. There was a closet door broken down. There was glass that was shattered. Like, this was truly a gruesome crime scene. And when they found Fidel and Maria, Fidel was actually in a pool of blood next to her body. So like I said, he tells this story, he says that they're drunk and they're having this wild, rough night. But then as time goes on, I feel like Fidel panicked. So he had to make up a story that seemed plausible or logical. So like I said previously, Maria has an ex-husband. So he tells this story that he loves Maria. He wants nothing but the best for her. She's a sweet girl. But then he begins to say how Maria basically effed up. She basically, as they're having sex, she says this man's name 2 times, and he then begins to be confused. And this is where he turns into like a complete freaking monster. So like I said, he's staying in this story of like this wild, passionate night. They're drunk. And so some point he claims, she calls out the ex-husband's name. And this is where he leaves her. Like, I feel like he must have choked her or something in this moment, because this is where she begins to be unconscious. And they don't really specify, but they do say that she was inebriated. So I feel like at this point he either started to choke her and start like beating her up. So as Maria is unconscious, this is where this story like goes completely left field. He then begins to start taking like kind of like digging at her intestines, because law enforcement stated that there was small tissue from her stomach in the apartment on the floor along with the blood spatter. And not only did he do that, he told law enforcement that he stuck a beer bottle, a flat iron, he even stuck his elbow and hand inside her vagina and anus. Now, initially he says that Maria wanted him to put the beer bottle inside her vagina, but I'm like, why on fucking earth would she ever do that? It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I say I feel like he had to hurry up and get this story situated, because you guys been together a long time. They don't specify, but they had been together for a long period of time. Never once has she ever gotten drunk, ever called out her ex-husband's name. It just sounds like he threw that in there to cover his own ass, so that way it didn't kind of like point back as to why he killed her. But law enforcement said that this house was a complete mess. There was holes in the walls, like I said, from him punching. When I think he realized that police weren't really believing his side of the story and all the evidence in the home, that's when he began to tell like what and how he had, brought her naked body into the bathroom to throw the water on her face. And I think when he realized that she wasn't conscious, he went into like panic mode and probably started hitting the walls and everything. But not even that, but like more so like, damn, like you effed up and you went into this rage. And it's mind-boggling because it makes you think, was he jealous of the ex-husband because they had a relationship? Like, how did we go from this to that? Because they've been in a relationship for so long and this hasn't came up. And like a lot of people were saying, as I was reading under the articles, they were saying like basically thinking what I was thinking, how like he's lying about the name because of how he switched up the story, and he probably put that scenario in there so that way it could kind of fit more better, even though it's so sad, because it's like, I'm a firm believer in like some people are truly like possessive people in relationships, and it makes you wonder like what was going on in their relationship. Not that she deserved to die in that manner, but a lot of people think that they can possess humans, and you can't. The greatest statement I've ever heard is, you do not possess people, you can only experience them. And I think we live in a world that people think that they can possess you. But nonetheless, he basically at first pleaded guilt. He first pled not guilty, but then when I think he realized that law enforcement was going to go for the death penalty, he ended up copying a plea and he pled guilty to sexual battery and first-degree murder. And like I said previously, like some of the things just don't add up. Like, why would you stick things in her vagina and then make it seem like that's what she wanted? And I think he only accepted the plea because he knew he would initially die. And he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And that's pretty much this story, which is so sad because no one deserves to die in that manner. Like these crime scene photos, I was like, wow, like truly baffled. But nonetheless, people do these things and it's real. And a lot of times we don't look at the signs when we're dating people and the things that they're doing, and how we have to take heed when we get those signs about a person, because sometimes it's 9 times out of 10 is something's off. And if you feel that gut feeling, then that means your body and that means your guardian angel is trying to guide you to get the hell away from that individual. But that is pretty much today's story, guys. I would love for you all to share some other stories you want me to cover. And don't forget to check out my podcast. If you are not following us, we're on Apple, Google, and some other things as well. So search the Milk Carton Series. Yeah. But I am sending Maria's family love and light because that's just so sad. Like, I just can't. I can't find the words. Bye, guys.